Hey, welcome, Hot Makers. It's Monday night. This is HotMakes right here on the Edge of Tech. I'm Nerdy J. This is the Pooch. How you doing, Pooch?
I'm doing great, man. A little worse for the wear. I've been up on the roof. I'm a little bit torn up here, but I made it. I didn't fall off yet. Knock on wood. But live to fight another week.
Speaking about being up, you've been up all night. I mean, you were saying like, man, I've been up all night. You've been working on your stuff, building those printers.
Oh my gosh, yeah. It's not stop. I bet you know what? It's like I go in these weird bursts where I get the energy and I got to use that energy while I got it, and then I'll crash for a bit. But for some reason, like last night was one of those things that like I went to bed, reasonably early, and then I like woke up at like 3 a.m. I'm like, can't sleep anymore. May as well get up and do stuff. And so I've been
nice.
guns blazing ever since.
I love it. Michael says, can we get a third timer for a second timer? I just all of a sudden saw a timer. They started doing like allowing countdowns and stuff. And I saw it was like an example one. And I was like, I'm going to press it and see what happens. I never used it yet. So we did it.
That was on the fly, baby. Unplanned.
It was on the fly. That's right.
I love
How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you guys had a great week since last week. It has been busy. It's actually cooled down here. It was beautiful. I got out, I think at 6:30 this morning. It was like 58 degrees. It was gorgeous. So how's it been out there? Still pretty hot, or did it cool down yet?
It's still so hot, man. It's so hot. I don't know if you saw my post from earlier today. I put a shop fan up at the like vent in the roof, and that it was like my janky whole shop fan. And actually that seems to have helped quite a bit because it's just like that heat would collect up there and sucked it out. But it's still super hot. But it wouldn't be hot makes if we didn't talk about the weather, to lead off, right? So
yeah, that's right. Hot makes, but I don't feel too bad. You live in California, we live in Wisconsin, and we get snow. So I mean,
I get snow where I am here too, man. I have all 4 seasons. Yeah, I'm in the foothills, so it's like we get a lot, but I'm in that sweet spot where I get the dusting and I don't have to shovel it. So it's like it's only on the ground for a day or two, build some snowman, go sledding, melts.
I wish
people can drive still. It's amazing.
I am getting a little decent sleep. Thanks for asking. It wouldn't be the start of a show without talking about the baby. He's doing awesome. I believe I stepped on the scale and then I held him and stepped back on the scale. And he's a big boy. I mean, like he's pushing like 17 pounds already.
Wow.
And I mean, like next week he's going to be as big as Lindsay. So I'm not sure. But no, he's doing great. He's actually going to bed like 8:30, 9 o'clock, right around there, and then sleep until like 4:30 in the morning, 4 in the morning, right around there, which gives me an excellent head start on my sleep. And then I usually get up with him quick and do his thing so he can go back to sleep and Lindsay can keep sleeping. But so I've been rocking like 6-7 hours. I liking it,
Sarah says she doesn't understand. Sarah, I'm not shoveling the dustings of snow. I'm saying I'm not shoveling the dusting of snow. This is a beautiful thing. I get all the beauty, none of the labor.
He doesn't have to shovel. I see how it is. Did he just call Lindsay big? No, I called Tristan big. Not at all. Yeah.
Don't use the word big and your wife in the same sentence ever, especially after baby. Just don't.
Oh yeah, I'm fired. All right, we have a lot to do today, so I want to get right into it. We have some really cool stuff. We have some maker news. We have some hot mess. We got like 3 or 4 hot mess entries. Hot messes
and makes.
We got some hot makes. We have a tour maybe, we're going to try to do a tour towards the end.
Shop tour. Yeah, why not, right? It's trash, but you get to see how the sausage is made. How making the sausage is made. Anyway.
As Jim backpedals, that's hilarious. Yeah. I love it. So, but yeah, let's rock it. I think we should start the day officially. Let's do some news. So this was breaking news. We were tagging it just a little while ago.
Because Jim has his finger to the pulse, everybody. He's watching the feed real time so we can bring it to you.
I do. It's all I do all day. Just sit and wait for someone to tweet us.
Even that finger on the pulse. Right.
Actually, we'll jump into it. Let's do it.
Well, you're right. It must be some sort of plastic.
Yeah, see?
Too much fun. So Carl chatted us before the show today, and he says the CR30 prototype is in testing phase. We can see it in action, and then he tagged the show and say, "Hey, not exactly hot make, but it has potential to be hot." Well, I'd tell you, we've said this whole time, it's hot, right?
It's hot. Pooch loves belt printers.
So
I need the belts, all of them.
We're gonna check out the CR30. Now, if you guys don't know, the CR30 is actually a prototype printer from Creality right now. They shipped a we'll say a rough shape printer to Carl, and he's putting his Carl love in it, and he's making
Carl, here's parts, make this print. He did
pretty much, and I love it. So we're gonna check this out. I might skip around a little bit. This is like 3 minutes long, but let's just watch it and see what we find. I love what he did there. The belt printing with the Creality rolling through
now
it.
He did that, or they did that?
I don't know. He's in the chat, so Carl, chime in. Let us know if you did this.
That's got to be their logo.
I'm pretty sure he did the firmware for it.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Or someone helped him. I'm not. He can let us know. So there's the CR30.
Oh, I see what you did there. Nice logo work. Okay.
This.
Ooh, so that's kind of fun to watch.
That is
cylinder complete. Did it really? It didn't land like that, did it? Did you see that?
I did.
It just came off and stuck the landing like a U.S. gymnast.
Like a champ.
Yeah. Oh, here come the cats. Here come the cats, everybody.
So it is one thing I noticed right away. It is printing on an angle. I didn't know it would do that. I thought it was but that's awesome. I'm supposed to ask you again if he thinks Naomi wouldn't send me one. That's what I don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry. You're supposed to ask me if I think Naomi will send you one?
I think that's him one. I don't know who I'm asking.
What are you talking about? He has one. I'm confused.
He said it just landed like that. I was shocked.
Yeah, stuck the landing. Look at this. Oh, the cat's just like, and they appear. It has replicator features.
Dance. Well. Are they doing the Macarena?
Now they're hey Macarena. All right. Look, these are Chuck's favorite model. So when the CR10 first came out, and the enders and stuff, and Chuck was just like, you got to print the cat. The cat is amazing. The cat is amazing. It's a good cat. It is a good model because the cat's got the little texture to it, and you don't see the layer lines, and they did a good job of picking something. Okay, here comes a true Carl S word.
In the first, when that first started coming, I thought that was what comes out of the back of the cat at first. Then I saw the rest of it. Okay, we're good. And demonetized, Mike.
Look at it. It's looking good. But why does the filament never get to be less and less? This seems something suspicious is happening here. Does it look like the filament is shrinking at all?
Maybe it's spinning. Maybe the green screen is affecting it because it does look like it's getting a little bit smaller here, but it doesn't through here.
That's sweet, man. Look at that. The Creality saber.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh, zoom. And the cylinder. It's a stand for the cat.
Oh,
That cat from here looks as good as just the stock one comes off the CR10. I mean, it's hard to tell, obviously.
It looks good
from here, but it looks pretty good.
Right.
Looks pretty good.
I agree.
That's exciting. And star wipe to the fade.
Nice. This is awesome. I gotta see this again.
Wow. You're liking that, right?
Carl, I didn't see what you said. Did you make the firmware, or who made the firmware?
You mean the intro screen?
Yeah, this.
Well, the firmware is Marlon. You mean did he edit the firmware?
Well, I mean,
the belt? Yeah.
Right. So that is
Carl did the boot screen. Good job, Carl.
Nice work. That is phenomenal. We had to show that right away because when you chatted me that, I was like, man, for one, we know Pooch loves the belt printers. But I love the belt printers, and I want one of these. Take my money. Shut up and take my money. Like,
yeah, take my money, please. Well, so and to be more clear, it's like I love the idea of belt printers, but specifically, I'm a big fan of 3D printing for manufacturing, or using it as a tool in production, right? And so the belt printer is just what everybody that's doing print farming needs, because who doesn't want just to be able to crank endless parts without having to have a human operating it.
I need 2 so I can host 3D printing races. All right.
I mean, it's going to make for Carl did a good job with the time lapses. It's going to make for some really, really cool time lapses. I can see Filament Frenzy doing some wild stuff. Some of that like camera swings.
You know what I can't wait for? When that thing gets rocking and someone drops a pallet on it. And I don't know how it's going to work yet. I mean, I imagine it's going to have to be like the infill with the change of colors and stuff, because it would be interesting because your block would
Well, it depends what you're talking about, because palette has multiple modes. So and Carl's done this with the Squire. There's the multi-spool mode where it'll just stitch filament together to give you like long, endless printing, right? You can just keep feeding the thing filament theoretically,
right?
But if you're talking about like doing color prints, that
it would be interesting.
It would be interesting, but the way that the handshakes and stuff work, I'm not sure if the ping pong setup that they have for the closed loop system would work with a belt.
Carl said you can't do a block. You need to set up an off-site purge. And let's see. RC Maniac says the palette doesn't work at an angle right now. Well, I always suggest printing it, using it straight up and down or lying flat. Just be careful when you use it. So that was for Brian. That's
inverted. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was phenomenal. I'm glad you got it working. I know when you got it, it was in rough shape. It was in really rough shape, I think, when Carl got it. And he's been doing a ton of work trying to get that thing running. And if they bring that thing to production, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a bunch of us lined up to buy it. I mean, I'm in.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Believe what you want or think what you want about the Kickstarter thing. If that thing hits the Kickstarter, that'll be one of the biggest 3D printer Kickstarters ever, I bet you.
I think so, because it's novel. It's interesting because it's like belt printers have been around for a while, but nobody's done a true production. I mean, like the black belt, but it was priced out of most people's range. Like if they can price it right, which if it's a Creality printer, it'll be within reaching distance of most, I would think, or many.
Right. Well, and yeah, I was gonna say the pricing thing is gonna have to be in there, but I mean, think about the production costs that would come down, especially for the belt, right? If you got that many orders, and then again, I'm thinking, like we talked about last week, is can they even sell it? I mean,
why wouldn't they?
Well, we talked about last week with the patents and technically like the ones he creates, he can't sell, but he can, kind of.
Oh, you're talking about the perpendicular
all that stuff,
version. Well, one, it's Creality, so it's a Chinese company, so they don't care about patents as much as the rest of us. And two, again, as I understand it, by putting it on the angle, it should be novel enough that it is not subject to the same patent.
And we're talking about the Creality. We're talking about the Creality belt printer, not the Prusa Bear belt printer. That's one we're talking about now. I know, Carl, you can answer this one. How you doing on that one? The Prusa, what'd you call it? I don't remember what they called it. The Prusa belt,
the bear belt, the belt bear,
build a belt. No,
build belt.
Nice. Well, yeah, but that was awesome. I look forward to seeing more. Nice work on that video. I think if you have not checked out Knack 3D Designs YouTube, check that out for further updates coming soon. Follow him on Twitter. And it's kind of interesting. We don't really see a lot of the real early pre-production of these machines. So we're seeing that a little bit, which is cool. Normally we get them like pre-production, but they're pretty much almost ready. And then,
well, it's really cool. I think it's really neat that Carl's made a name for himself as the belt guy. And, so much so that Creality, enlisted him for help. So that's huge props to what you've done, Carl. So well done there. When I talked to Naomi about this about a month and a half ago, she was like, it still needs a lot of work. But I'm hoping that, Carl's put him that much closer to getting this thing out there, because even here's the thing that was frustrating to me about the printer belt was, one, it was released like just as printer belt was closing down.
Right.
And so it never got the chance to really even get off the ground, right? And it was like Brooke was very upfront about like, this is like just very bare bones. It's a kit, and you got to figure out how to make this thing happen. Like it was not
right.
It was not there. This is leaps and bounds ahead of that. It's based on Marlin. What's the board, Carl? What's the board that it's running? I wonder if it's an SKS or anyway. I'm sure we'll find out.
Right.
But anyway, you know, you look at it. It's common extrusions, common parts, and all that stuff. So there's really, it can only cost so much based on what the parts are. And the big X factor is the belt itself, right? The belt and the pulley system, if they've got that, and what reliability it'll have over time, right? Because it's just untested,
right,
you know, with longevity.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't say. He's sworn to secrecy.
Can't say. They may not be using the same board. Okay. That's fair. How
about this,
nice.
Carl?
I mean,
what board would you use if you could choose the board? I mean, and he's probably gonna say Duet because that's what he's done. But if it was a more traditional 8-bit board, which it looked like that was an 8-bit board, so
nice, awesome. Well, I think we're gonna go all backwards today. Let's do hot makes, and then we'll do hot mess. How about that?
Let's do it. I love it.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it. All right. So I gotta love that one. That was fun. So the first one comes. I'm gonna blow this up. There we go. That way it's a little easier to see for people on the smaller screens there. The first one, Tom Llama asked recently if he could cut Bill Telling and 3D Maker Noob's heads off on Twitter, and they were like, interesting, sure, why not, right? And so he did that. And
go on.
Right, he actually came up with a custom Pez head, and he made them both, I believe, in this video. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out the custom. This is part 1, right? And he's going to use what was it? Let's see, Fusion 360. There we go. And there you go. There's the head.
And little finger puppets, little extra finger puppets.
Oh, he dropped Joe's head. So yeah, I mean, check this out. It's this is part 1. So he kind of just goes through the process, and I'm gonna go a little bit forward here. It looks like he's just don't be scared. He's just taking supports out. We're okay.
Yeah. Head supports.
Yeah, head supports. But yeah, I think this is going to be a great series. Like I said, this is part 1, so check it out. If you guys haven't checked out 3D Printing Llama on YouTube, do that, and you can follow his series on how to make custom Pez heads. And it's a really cool idea there. And I was curious where he was going with that the other day when he asked him if you can cut their heads off. So nice work, Tom.
Yeah, Pez dispensers have just taken on a life of their own right now. They've got Pez everything, right? They're just licensed.
Right.
You got all the Avengers. You got, you know, there's a store down the street from here that's just like a novelty signs, and you know, it's like I don't even know what to. It's just like, you know, antique, kitschy, weird. I don't even know how they're open still, but they sell like every kind of Pez dispenser you've ever imagined, and maybe that's their shtick. But see, now you got is there a template now for doing custom? That'd be interesting, right? Like,
right. Well, we'll have to watch the full video and find out.
Yeah. Well, or would Llama be, you know, willing to share that? It's like if you wanted to make your own custom Pez head, like what are the common elements, right? You got the little extractor bit on the back.
That's phenomenal.
No. It's like the Terrence and Phillip head.
Right. Nice.
See, Joel's Canadian all of a sudden.
Yeah. Hey there. All right. What do we got next? 3D Printing World started this project a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
I had a bad day and needed something easy to work on. 2 weeks later, it's finally done and it's ready for camping. Here we go.
It's ready for camping. Okay, so is it It's a strainer. Is it for
Looks like-
catching fish? Catching frogs?
It says something about bug catcher right here.
It's a bug catcher. Okay.
Something bug catcher. Yeah.
That's some like Karate Kid stuff, but I guess it's a little bit easier than chopsticks.
Yeah. I mean, that would be, and it's pretty good print though. I think that's fun. I mean, I wish they made them small so I could catch spiders in them. I'm not a huge spider fan.
Seems like a good way to bifurcate a bug. Just
yeah. Nice. But nice work, 3D printing world.
Fireflies. That's it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an East Coast thing. Oh, this is one of my favorites. This
yours.
week.
Yeah, I've been following this build. This is awesome. Here.
Yeah, Matt Denton. Oh.
Wow.
Over 30 miles an hour on that thing.
Right. On
Amazing.
a 3D printed Lego go-kart.
Right. Well, I mean, it is. Yeah, it's not like any 3D printed Lego we've ever seen, right? So it's like embiggened 3D printed Lego.
It's giant, and it's electric, which is awesome. I thought
it's so cool, man.
It is. Let's watch it one more time. I love it.
Now, the funny thing is, I was watching this, and he seems like a little bummed, like he thought he was going to break some speed record, and he didn't. So I wasn't clear on what he was going for. Obviously, it's just as fast as possible.
I think so.
Yeah.
And you put a small kid on that thing. I bet it crooks.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, 30 miles an hour is no joke, man. I mean, you don't want to fall off of that going that fast.
You put me on it, it probably goes 10. So
it looks like a Mario Kart, situation, like with Donkey Kong in the mini cart.
Well, next year
at
Murph, my spool racer is going to be built around one of these.
Is it?
Yeah,
there's a lot of talk about spool racing those. I think it'd be a different story though with no rubber.
Right. Well, hey, there's no rules against the rubber, right?
Well, that is one of the rules that Chuck originally said. So no, I want a pure spool racer, meaning spool on the ground, because you get a good drift that way. Also, it's a lot harder because it adds some complexity when you're sideways. As long as
the spool was the wheel, you could do whatever you wanted to.
I think that it can be whatever we agree upon, but maybe there's divisions because I like the drifting element.
Right. Sarah Johnson says, how long did it take him to build? It's been an awesome series. If you go find, I'm going to have to look up his YouTube.
He's been working on that a while.
Yeah. The videos he's been posting just from the very beginning to now has been awesome. If someone out there can grab his link and chat it to me or something, I'll throw it out there while we're talking here. But I don't have a second to run to YouTube and find it. Otherwise, I'll do it at the end. But the video series is awesome. He shows everything, like tuning in the electronics. It's awesome. The next one right here, I believe, is the first time on the show. Marbles, out of marbles, printed in Prusa blue and pineapple yellow.
Yes.
And they say HotMakes. So someone out there watches us, but I don't know. I'm not sure who it is. So if you're in the chat, how's it going? And
I've run across who's his name before, although I'm not.
Oh yeah.
This is great though.
Oh yeah, this is satisfying here.
Obviously, they know what they're doing. Look, he's got Clippy on his rep box. Did you see that?
I did.
This guy's my hero.
Background.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna have
now,
to print
okay, so that's Fernando's marble maze thing.
Oh, okay.
The marble randomizer. Did you see that thing that he coded where it was like it created a random marble path?
Oh,
that piece in the middle.
This one.
I'm 99% sure that's part of his little marble path generator.
Marbles. I'm gonna have to. I bet you if Lindsay's watching this, I'm probably gonna have to be printing one of these. She loves the marble runs and stuff. So,
it's so like zen to watch those things, and it sits right on top of the lack enclosure right there too. So
yeah,
that's a good.
And right in front of the rep box. That's perfect placement.
I know. It's almost like he knew what he was doing to get our attention.
Nice, I love it. Nice work. All right, this one came from you. This one was another way to use your
little Nick. Yeah.
Look
so So this is just fantastic. For me, like this is up there with with belt printers, and that reuse and less waste is a near and dear to my heart thing. But I've always had that question around what the heck do I do with all these extra spools. Mia had that purse that was phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is a great entry. We've seen the
I think she's
bolt
done a couple
organizer
purses now, actually.
I just want to see more and more creative ideas like this, and it's just really awesome. The fact that she's the Prusament spools really kind of opens up a whole nother thing because the flanges pop apart so easily. The Prusament, you've used Prusament before, right? They just use that cardboard in the middle, and so they can easily pop the flanges on and off. When you're done with them, and they become more usable. And they got that hex pattern. So very cool. This is
that is awesome.
Super cool by Lil Nick.
I think we're getting an idea for a contest.
I think it'd be a great contest. I feel like we've talked about it before, but I've never really executed. So maybe maybe we spend some time and actually promote it and do it right.
Yes. So this one of the best 3D prints I've ever seen still goes to was it Dre Mommies?
Dre Mommies.
All right. For his incredible detailed production of a helmet from The Martian. The level of detail, let's see, that went into design, printing, and post-processing is amazing. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I tagged that. So I'm sure multiple people did. It's so one, The Martian is one of my favorite movies of all time. And two, I mean, I've seen the pictures. There's a build guide that he did on here's how I did this, which is just phenomenal.
Right.
Which I highly recommend checking out. I definitely retweeted that this week. So dig back through my feed, or it may be on this one as well here. But it's just so good. And Tony Akins, the guy that clued me into it, is one of the co-creators of the Railcore.
Okay.
And so the dude knows top-notch printing, and they have a Discord group that has one of the best show and tell groups I've seen from what the Railcore users have done.
Nice. I love it. Chris Travis says does not look 3D printed. Sarah says
it does not, does it?
This is one of the most. I mean, got to be one of the best 3D prints I've ever seen.
It is 3D printed. Go look at the build guide. Yeah.
It's awesome. Great work there. Great tag. Oh, this was a good one. This one was Scott Worthington. He does. I think he has a channel out there on YouTube as well. He does some of the streams sometimes. But it was a 3D printed violin that he did, I believe, for his daughter. And that
looks great.
Should have brought mine down. I have two. I have a mini one and a regular body, and then I have an electric one printed. We didn't put it together yet, but I love doing this.
Doesn't Lindsay play?
Yeah, so she plays. She plays a fiddle, and then she also has an electric 5-string violin.
So you got to get a printed one in her hands, man. I want to see what she thinks.
We've been talking about it for a year. We printed all the parts out, and then
is it just a bananas assembly to it? There's how many parts?
No, it's not bad at all. It's just a carbon fiber rod. The one we printed for her officially is electric. It's full electric.
Wow.
So you actually insert the electric bridge and electronics, and then it runs a carbon fiber rod through the center, down here. So
got a legit truss rod then.
It's pretty awesome. And I have all the parts sitting next to me in a box right over here, but we didn't get them together yet. And
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, Scott's got a heck of a print farm himself. I don't know if it's a farm or more of a collection, but if you ever see him do a walkthrough, he's got a nutso amount of printers.
Right.
He's got a good looking workspace for sure.
For sure. I know he was doing a lot of stuff for the PPE too.
Ooh, Andrew, is Andrew in the house? He said he was going to join us, but I don't know if I haven't seen him in the chat.
I haven't seen him chat yet, but I haven't been watching real close. I said he went completely redesigned the plotter tool head. Integrating. I had interrogation in my head for some reason. Integrating some inputs from was it Eric?
He's here.
Cedar, he's here. Oh, there he is.
Welcome, Andrew.
You can use large technical pens and Sharpies. That is awesome. Let's just do this. Boom.
I love this. So the first I actually saw this, and this has been around for a little while, but Carmelo Nazario did this back when I was so it was Maker Faire. I want to say 2018 Maker Faire in New York. He did he took his Ultimaker and he did this with it. And there's I have him somewhere. He gave me a couple drawings, but there's a picture of me and Uncle Jesse Clayton.
Nice.
That was done, and I love this technique. But this looks far more advanced since then, because it looks like there's different pen patterns and ways that you can control the density of the ink, right? That's or the cool. Almost like Photoshop effect, right? So he's got like the scribble, the wave. I'm sure there's technical terms for all that. Very cool, though. Very cool, Andrew. Thank you for sharing.
Like it needs to move the bodies. I don't know what that means, but it's pretty cool. I mean, what's super cool? Did you see at Murph last year? There was someone with a really big version of a plotter like this, where it would draw. It was
tool. There was one where it was a tool changer.
It was at Murph, and it was in the second building.
Yep.
It was like right in the center, kind of, and it was huge.
Yeah, I can't. What's his name? But he was using it to actually show off his tool changer implementation, but it was only 2-dimensional at the time, I believe. Right. Okay, so the Python plugins to control the amplitude of the wave. Thank you, Andrew. And I'm assuming the part mods for. Well, okay, so he said he did it. Print was made with Filamentum Vertigo Galaxy on a Prusa Mark III's, but that printer does not look like a Mark III. So what am I seeing here?
Yeah, what printer did you put this on, Andrew?
Maybe I'm misunderstanding what he meant by that post, because that looks more like a CR10 where it's the eccentric nut and wheel style x-axis.
It definitely looks like that looks like a great way to change one of my Ender 3 originals or something into. Yeah. I mean, because I can't print with them all right now. I don't have enough room, but it would be really cool to be able to draw like this. And I can't draw to save my life, so.
The parts were printed on a Prusa, but the printer is an ANET ET4X. Okay, cool. Gotcha. Good. Thank you for the clarification. Nice. And I'm assuming those are all available. This is Eric Cederberg's product, whom we know from all kinds of amazing other projects, notably recently the Turkestan PPE head shield, right?
Right. Yep. Nice. Sweet action. All right, next. This one was pretty cool. It's supposed to be a test print. Worked out pretty well his first try. Body was printed upside down in a single print with supports, and everything else was printed separately in Fiberology 3D Fiber Silk. I thought inverted. It was all inverted, and this was supposed to be a test print. Look how good this thing came out for supposedly going to be a test print.
Yeah, if that's the test, man, what's the real deal going to look like?
If it's me, if this is the test, I call it. I don't think I'm getting better than that.
Okay, so I like the technique where the ribbon
this right here,
the hand. That's really neat. I'm assuming that's a separate piece that was kind of heat treated and molded.
Yep.
And then the inversion is an interesting technique, because it's like we're so used to, and again, I don't do organic modeling, but I'm thinking about when we model things, we're probably just used to thinking of them and their upright orientation. But I'm sure a lot of times just flipping it over and doing supports that way enables so much more cool stuff like this, right?
Am I crazy, or is this very similar to the Arya Dragon base?
Could be.
Anyways, but yeah,
I'm not familiar.
I agree with you. And what's really cool is on the little ribbon ding, if you actually watch the thing, you can actually tell he's printing on like a textured PEI surface because it has that texture on one of the sides. That's a really great print, though. Nice.
I love it.
Work.
Nice.
What time we got? We got time. All right. Andrew Sink.
Oh, another Andrew. 2 Andrews in one episode.
What you want your prints to look like versus what they actually look like. So this is what he wants them to look like, right?
Okay, all right.
And then if you go here, all the string in and stuff like that inside. Nice work. Man. I was really close. I didn't know if it should be a hot mess or a hot makes, but I thought that the print was really cool. So
Well, it's not a mess. It's not a mess,
exactly.
but man, that is a stringing nightmare, stringing torture test potentially. I mean, it doesn't look like they're coming to a lot of points. What do you think happened there, Andrew, that made it so difficult? So it looks like it must have failed on some component, and it just kind of it held on, but it was spaghettiing in some part, right?
Nice work, Andrew. All right. Oh, this was cool. The 6 faces.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can't blow this one up because it's not a video; it's just a GIF. But it was really cool to watch the all the faces.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that must be glued together then, yeah? Or must have run supports on one side? Or is it all 6 sides?
Let's see
1,
if he says
2. Count the faces.
nothing. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
it's cool, man. It's such a neat model. You know, and I love people are like asking the question when they tag HotMakes, like, would this be a HotMakes? Well, if you think it's a hot make, it's a hot make, people.
Right.
That's what the whole tag it.
So this is a great time to say this too. We had so many that I could not get them all on because we got a tour and stuff to do too. But if you go to the link in the description of the video that gives a Google Doc, right?
Yep.
I put everything on there, not only the stuff we showed, but everything that was tagged. So there's more on that Google Doc that we can't show because we don't have time tonight. But go check it out. I'm going to start doing that because there's so many that are coming in that I'm only trying to do like 20 or 21. It's taking a good chunk of time, right? And so I wanted to make sure that everybody got their stuff put out there. So if you go to the Google Doc in the description of the video, click on it, go down to episode 19. Can you believe it's 19 episodes right now, by the way?
I cannot believe it.
That's crazy. Go to episode 19. You'll see everything that was tagged this week, not only the 20 that I showed. So nice work there. Oh, I think you tagged this one, Emily.
Oh yeah, she's one of my current favorite makers, doing all kinds of cool stuff. This is a great practical print.
Right.
I know Chris isn't with us right now, but because it's just too early in the day for me. He was complaining earlier. But what a great use of 3D printing. Make yourself some spice shaker tops.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah,
right?
That's awesome. Nice work, Emily.
Accommodate your apothecary jar collection. What else we got?
This was one of my favorite ones of the week. It's a pencil box, and he wanted to be functional and beautiful. He sliced using Idea Maker, it looks like, on a Creality Ender 2, an SS Filament Gold PLA and unbranded black PLA. So it's a pencil box, and you can print them in any colors you want. They're interchangeable.
Yep.
And you put them together just like anything else, but it looks so cool. I love how that looks.
It really does. That's a great design.
And then you get it together. You don't even know the pencils are in there, or pens, or whatever you want to put in there.
My mind is trying to wrap itself around how that's happening.
Yeah, because when you put them together,
one's inside the other's inside the other.
Yeah, I don't know.
It must be two concentric cylinders, right?
Right.
And then, but slightly offset sizes, obviously, from each other. I like it.
It's crazy. I'm not sure how it works.
Wait,
but I do know that it looks super cool.
Science. We're just gonna say science. Spatial.
I'm gonna have to do this.
Spatial science.
It's happening. One of my next prints, I'm gonna have to find it, and let's see. Did he put it out there? I don't know if he put it out there. Oh no! I'll have to get with him and see.
One's a cup with a cup in it, and the black has a slot. Okay. All right.
One's a cup. Oh, there we go.
So it's slotted.
Nice.
So
it must go down.
I guess I'm not being shown. I'm visually trying to do the meshing. Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, here we go.
It's like 3D printing. No, you can't see. Never mind. Go ahead. Oh, Bunny. This is Bunny's mini print. I liked this.
Real coffee and real lipstick, she said.
It's not even a shot. It's like a pipette drop. 2 pipette drops of Coffee. Yes, geometry in Venture Square. You're right.
It's a TARDIS. Oh man, this is another one of my favorites. That was really cool.
I mean, that came out. Look at that handle detail.
I know. Okay.
And it's not resin.
No.
Yeah.
It's
so
tiny. I love it.
I like Tiny FDM. Tiny FDM has a little place in my heart, you know.
Fix the interrupt pin on the accelerometer and change the code so it uses the face orientation to detect the trigger changes.
Mm-hmm.
Way more responsive and also can sleep for a minute at a time. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Check this out.
Let's do it. Okay. Okay. It's a vac tube LCD clock. I need more context. So obviously it shuts off when it's in a different it's a pocket watch. Is that it?
Yeah, I believe. Let's see. There we go. Shut up and take.
It's like a steampunk.
Yeah, like a steampunk. You turn it and it shows the timer. I think, right? Let's see. There's a magnet inside that moves. Let's see. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong about this.
A digital sand timer.
Yeah, you like turn it and it starts counting down. Maybe. It's because when he turned it, there's a timer on it. I don't know if you can see it though.
I saw the
here.
timer, but it's not. See, I was thinking like if it was a sand timer, it would be on when you turned it vertical like that.
Right.
But maybe I just have no relative concept of what is up and down here.
It's cool. Whatever.
I like it. I like it. I wish I need more details on the project though. I feel like I came in on the middle of it. Fix the interrupt pin on the accelerometer. Change the code. More responsive. Huh.
Nice.
Well, I like it. I want to read more of it. This is
amazing.
Project FDL.
I want to fire this. I want to fire it all day here.
Well, who doesn't, man? I mean, come on.
I don't even know if you can see on your screen.
Yeah, I can, and I saw it obviously when I saw it too.
I shot the one that had it Earth.
Yeah,
and that was awesome, and that wasn't double. You know, that
wasn't the double wielder. Yeah.
So nice work, Project FDM. This is amazing. Everyone needs one of these, I think.
Yeah, nice work on that, Jesse. That's cool. I remember there was a bit where I think like the Out of Darts guy was working on it for a bit, but then I don't think it ever became a product and stuff. But I've always been a huge fan of Project FDL, and they've seen a lot of resurgence lately because they partnered up with LDO Motors and they were able to get the better motor supply for what they needed. So these guys do awesome stuff.
Arm spool racers. I love it.
Yep.
Oh man. All right. What we got now? We only got a couple more left. This was a really cool one. This has got to qualify for HotMakes. They said absolutely awesome making. It's a 3D printed Jeep Rubicon. It looks like.
Yep.
And a phenomenal job in this. I mean,
where is that model? Is this? I'm assuming this is a paid model somewhere, or is it somebody's own personal?
Let's go see.
Because that is legit.
That is legit.
And is it?
He commented, and he's in the chat, so maybe he knows. But
is it RC'd yet, or I'm sure that's in the works for somebody?
I don't know if this one's RC'd, but hot. Sarah says,
"Love me a nice Jeep." That's a great print. When I first saw that picture, I was like, "Oh, somebody's like took a picture of their Jeep," and I'm like, "Wait, that's a print. That's amazing."
It's awesome. Oh, here,
good detail.
This was you. Since they get hot, it's literally a HotMakes.
Oh yeah. I told you guys about this last week and a couple weeks. This is what I've been working on. They're slowly but surely assembling 25 Prusa Mark IIIs. Yes, and
I think I just figured out why it's so hot by you.
My hotbed collection. Yeah, that's why. Because those are all running right now. Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, for the HotMakes, the 3D Mist printer. On the list tonight with one of the funniest / coolest things I've seen. He says everybody prints these ship models, but have you ever wanted to fly them? So if you go and look, he printed a little joystick.
Okay.
And he put the ship on the end of it, right?
Right.
And then there's your joystick.
Okay.
And then Naturally,
He's
it's
got
an ant.
the monkey paw.
Yeah, it's the monkey paw, right?
No, right.
And then if you come down,
What? How does that work? Mechanical connections. Very neat.
I need it. I know he's in the chat, so nice work. It's hot.
I want to know how that mechanism works. Obviously, it's a spring. Just
something
be like
must
twisting happening.
I
need details on that mechanism.
30% on the model set, 45% joystick controlled toy, 55% interactive static display, 130% fun. So yeah, 3D misprinter. You might have to tell us how you made the mechanism, because that is awesome. Very hot.
That's a neat design. I like that.
Very hot. Nice work for everybody on the hot makes tonight. I know we're bordering time here, but we got like 3 hot mess. Should we pop those up?
Yeah, let's do it.
I was stalling on those because one of them. Let me just change this. There we go. Boom. There we go. All right. So yeah, one of them is someone that we might know here. But Jordan, nice work. He says you win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
And that is 100% true. So a little mess there. Nice. I love the color, by the way.
Is that the ooze? It looks like the ooze.
Alien
was commenting, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. Very nice.
Rep Raptor Strike. Yeah.
Rep Raptor Strike.
Nice. Next one we got here. Nick's I don't think I followed them yet. So Nick's, I'm not even mad, just sort of impressed.
Right?
I don't even know what to.
So it's like I think that's what everybody was saying. It's like, what is it even supposed to be?
What it's doing.
Yeah.
But I do know it's awesome. I think, is this the one they said was real expensive too? Let me go look here.
I don't remember that, but it's
weird.
No. It's not just a layer. It's not just a layer shift. It's like a layer twist. Okay, wait. Where's that?
It looks just like my drawing. Shenanigans said.
What is that drawing? Even Shenanigans?
I don't know. But it's phenomenal. Whatever it is, that was a very awesome fail there. Nice work.
A dirt bike helmet. I said it looked like a president's hair.
A dirt bike.
It's the comb over.
Yeah. All right, next. This one right here, it should have been a Winter Soldier, but it failed on the Form 3. I won't post pics of the remains of the VAT film. I want to keep this kid friendly. Yeah.
Wow, that's not even close. What I don't even. Wow.
So when they
even understand how resin prints fail like that. That's wild.
How much of a fail was it? He asked. He said at $160 a liter, too much.
Oh wow, yeah, that's an
volume if printed properly was 125 milliliters. Oh my gosh,
expensive hot mess.
Yeah, that's not good. But we don't see resin ones too much. So if you guys have resin hot mess, throw them our way. And last but not least, another could be expensive.
Oh, the meltdown.
Yes. This one was Joel, and his words say it all. Well, crap.
It works, but it doesn't work right now.
No, I think, isn't this the one he had to send back to him?
I don't know. Maybe.
I know
it's pretty encapsulated. I can see part of the sock.
Right.
I think.
That's rough.
Yeah.
But, all right. Well, that was our hot mess for the week. I am going to keep it moving so we can do something really cool now. Are you ready?
That? I'm ready. What do we do? What am I doing? Am I going mobile?
Yeah, let's go mobile.
What? Okay.
So at this point of the show, this is where Pooch goes mobile. So I'm gonna remove you for a second there. I'm gonna add you here, and then I'm gonna give you the screen there. Let me just make sure we got audio. How you doing?
Check, baby.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you're eating potato chips.
All right. All right. I've been asked about this a number of times, and the place is a total mess, but you can see behind the scenes is truly behind the scenes. Nothing has been doctored here. So, hold on. I got to take off my other mic. Probably double. Hold on. Let me mute this one, too, so I don't echo. All right. How we looking? Everybody hearing me? Everybody picking up?
We can hear you.
So, let's see. Can I do the flipperoo? Camera, front camera. Maybe I'll
that print kind of looks like your hair.
Maybe, yeah. All right,
nice.
So this is the new shop space. So this is the tiny little office space. So when you come in the front door, this is the first thing you see. It's just a little 10 by 15 room. I have a part-time helper that helps me with pack and ship, and I have a shop mate currently who's a machinist. So he sits here, but neither of them are here right now. So let's record, and this is the warehouse space. So we got our handy-dandy roll up, and then this is kind of shipping and receiving and stuff. So we've got all various components for parts of rep boxes, some remnants from Op Shields Up days, tons of filament and stuff that we're still sorting through and prepping and finding a right home for. You've probably seen some posting on this. This is going to be the new print room I'm working on. So unfortunately, I came across some interesting situation where the wall that we assumed was a solid amount of wood, one was not as solid, and two was not completely wood. But we're making fix. I say we. I guess I am fixing that. So I'm reframing this and reinforcing it all. Shear wall next, and ceiling joists. There's going to be a mezzanine upstairs, and then we're going to reinforce above there, so we have a lot more storage. Not super glamorous, but hopefully this is going to look decidedly different in a few weeks when we get the racks in, electrical, print farm. We call it Little Prague because it's going to be full of all those Pooches. This is laser cutting stations. This was a fun job getting approval for venting the lasers and stuff out there. Got 3 750 watt blowers, which suck a lot of juice, along with compressors and chillers and the like and stuff. All the various panels and pieces, raw materials that feed the lasers. This is my shopmate's mill. He's the machinist. I'm all about additive, not so much subtractive, but he's a wizard with the subtractive. So he's a good guy to have. This is one of my other latest projects, getting this big boy compressor going. If I can feed more air to that laser, I can cut bigger, badder things or faster. So that's it. I mean, we got a tiny little bathroom. Nothing much to write home about. It's actually like 1,700 square feet. It's about 60 feet deep and 25 feet wide. So, it's more space than I've ever had, but it's already filling up.
That's awesome. I know.
Which is the way it goes, right? It's like your stuff always expands. It's like a gas. It always expands to fill the space available.
Well, I tell you, what's funny is you were saying, it's not much to write home about. Well, most of us would kill for something like that. You have comments like drool, like hire me, like that's bigger than my house. so I think you think you may think that it's not a lot right now, but I think a lot of us are going, holy man, I wish I had that.
Well, yeah, and I don't mean to be boastful, because I'm a very humble individual. Obviously, sure. Everybody knows that, but it's been an interesting experience. I'm very excited and overwhelmed at the same time, because it's just most of the time it's just me in here. I've got a lot of hours already invested and money in the space. So the landlord's really cool, and he lets me do what I want, but it's got to pay for it, and it's a lot more overhead than I've ever had, being that I was in my garage before this, and
Sure.
so progress, but it never feels like it's fast enough, or So I understand though, and I would love to be able to hire more help and all that stuff. So it's just, but I'm also a pretty conservative. I don't like spending money I don't have, and so I'm trying the incremental growth approach. Anybody that's followed me for a while knows that I'm not really into the Kickstarter thing, because it's like I want to put my money where my mouth is a little bit more,
right.
and I feel like I'm more motivated when it's my skin in the game
right.
to back it up than just be like, oh yeah, I'll get to it, when I want to. But there's a time and a place for Kickstarter. No offense to anybody that's done a Kickstarter. Just a different path, but obviously that makes things slower and a lot more work and stuff when you don't. Same thing with taking on investors or any of that stuff, right? It's just a different path. So
that's awesome, man. It looks great. And if you wonder how we do multiple camera angles, there you go. Yeah.
Signing off of the mobile.
Okay. There we go. Nice. Well, it looks awesome. I mean, my little shop area, I think everybody has their little shop areas, whether it's just a desk in a room or a spot in a garage or, a table in a house. I mean, but the best part is we all have something. If we're all here, most of us have printers or some sort of hobby we like. And with that hobby, we have a little bit of space that's usually ours. or if not, we put stuff away and then make space, right, when we're using it. And what's really cool is seeing everybody's different spaces. So if you guys want for next week, if you're still here, we got a great amount of people here. Tag your workspaces, tag your shop areas, your maker spaces. Let's see them for the HotMakes next week. Let's do that for next week. That'll be fun.
I love it. I love seeing other people's space, and I think that's part of what makes me feel a little bit like I'm just so rough around the edges compared to some of the stuff that we see. So much polish and organization that goes into so many people's workspaces and stuff like that. So, I'm excited to show the progress, and yes, it's good, and but it's overwhelming and terrifying all at the same time. But I do see progress, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Well, I tell you what, we got to get going pretty quick here.
Yep.
But speaking of workspaces,
yep.
I think there's somebody with us that has a workspace he's showing off in the background.
Oh, he was? Oh, let's see. Oh, hey, look at that
Joel,
guy.
how are you?
That guy.
There we go. Hey.
Hey, hey, man! I'm loving the hair. Look at, you've got a new space to show us too, man.
Yeah, it is. It is a bit of a new space. Here, I'll give you a quick little tour. I have a bench.
I have a bench.
Pooch has 1,700 square feet. I have a bench. Also, okay, so you guys are going to be the first ones to see this.
I can't wait. Exclusive. You heard it here. You've seen it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
So I got a new machine. It's from a company called 3D Platform. It is a 300 series Workbench Pro. Ready?
Hence the workbench. I'm ready. Yeah.
Oh,
it's massive. It's
that
even,
awesome.
Joel, it's funny. You shared,
Look at that, the filament comes from those shepherd's hooks, right?
That's crazy. Is that just conduit, or what did they use for that? Is that
no,
it's custom?
A hook. If you come over here, look at this. That is water cooled.
Wow.
Nice.
There we go.
That's a beast.
Yes, we need this.
Panel right there. Yeah, I'm printing some big things with it.
Does it make the Gmax seem silly now? Like size wise?
Okay, I'm going to show you something. So it comes with a glass bed, which is essentially 41 inches by 42 inches. Print volume is the print volume is 1 meter by 1 meter by 0.7 meter tall, and so you run into some interesting material properties at that size because, for example, borosilicate glass and PETG fuse together.
You don't say.
Yeah.
They fuse together.
It's funny that you asked about the Gmax because that's the Gmax build plate.
Right there.
In the middle,
middle of the build plate because I broke it on my second print and removed a giant chunk of glass.
Oh my gosh!
You didn't use your.
It took glass with it.
Yeah.
Oh, it took here. Let's see.
You didn't use your nanopolymer. Come on.
No, I didn't need to.
It doesn't sound like he needed. Yeah.
So, I don't
Oh,
know.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's a real.
I
You know,
couldn't
that's a really nice glassy finish you got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can definitely see the bed in the bottom layer.
Some people have the texture PEI. Joel has textured glass on his. It's glass reinforced.
So
Plastic.
underneath, I had to put that there because there's a giant hole that's this shape, and so I was just reprinting it. This is PETG right here. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome.
Nice.
That
And
base right
just
there.
Naomi says it looks awesome. By the way, Joel.
Aw, hi Naomi.
Just so just to give everybody context, what you described there is like a half sheet of plywood. Like that's the size of the build volume on that thing.
Yeah.
That's huge.
It's and it's less. So it's like 3/16 inch thick, and so I'm left with a dilemma because I could try to find glass this. I'm sure I could find someone to cut glass in Seattle that size, but that doesn't seem like the right solution. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to find. Oh, wham bam! Yeah, thanks, Kenny. I thought about it though. What I'm thinking about doing with this machine is getting a piece of aluminum that's 41 by 42 by 3/16, and then talking to Wham Bam or Build Tech or someone, be like, "Hey, what's the largest size you cut? Can you go bigger?"
I mean, why not, man? That's a hefty piece of aluminium too. But yeah.
Oh, look at you with the British pronunciation.
So,
What's
I'm
really
all about
great,
metric
though,
and British pronunciation. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. One piece.
Oh,
man.
how did you get that off? Did you use your little?
It printed right there, and I put down some magic goo, so it ships with magic goo.
Okay.
And originally, Don, who is from 3D Platform, he came out to install it, and it didn't seem like he was worried about putting PETG on bare glass. I mean, honestly, I wasn't either because it's PETG on bare glass. I mean, I'm lucky if it sticks, right?
Yeah.
So this one, I slathered it with some magic goo, and that's where it printed. I mean, just to give you an idea, like if I hold this up, this is 4x scale. Jeez, I can't even with the camera. And so
that's a Joel's head for scale.
On the build plate, that's where it sits.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Okay. And then what kind of power requirements?
It takes 220.
Okay.
30 amp.
Okay.
Thanks for installing that outlet, Booch.
And he didn't burn the place down, so hey.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
Yeah.
It runs a Duet 32 board. Because it has a lot of different things to control. It has what's called an HFA hot end and an HFE hot end. The HFA hot end comes with a 0.6 millimeter nozzle standard. The HFE is like, imagine E3D Volcano on steroids. So you can put a 2 millimeter nozzle on this print head, and it will chew through. You could probably chew through, I want to say 2 to 4 kilograms of material in an hour or two.
Wow. And the extruder will keep up with that even. Just 2 millimeter is so I'm assuming then it's using 2.85 filament?
Yeah, only 2.85 filament. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, man, that is a big share, my friend. Thank you for giving us the exclusive on that.
Yeah. I didn't want to just like tweet pictures of it because that really doesn't showcase it. Like it's weird. Like if I set an Ender 3 on here, there's room for 6 more.
Yeah. Right? So what's funny is you shot that out on Twitter and you said it's a HotMakes and Hot Mess in one, but you left everybody out there wondering, and we were all like, wait, we might have to see this, you know, and we definitely appreciate you popping in to show us, because that right there, I mean, you don't see that every day or any day for most of us. So thank you.
Here's where it gets interesting, because this is obviously an industrial machine, and if you go look on the website, it's $38,000 US.
Yeah,
and that doesn't include installation and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, look at that, RC Maniac. So, but what we're seeing a lot of industrial and professional manufacturers needing to get the word out about their product and service, but because of the pandemic, it's really, really hard to get people out to shows or to get people to shows. And so what you see is an industrial machine in my garage. I don't get to keep it. They're letting me run it for a while just to see what kind of damage I can do. But
so far so good.
But you wouldn't be surprised to see other industrial manufacturers reaching out and wanting to get time on my show. We'll just leave it at that.
Joel's running a virtual trade show out of his garage now, I think is what he's saying, in COVID times. Well, that's awesome.
Garage.
And I love
come on and show this off. I
really Joel, thanks for doing that, buddy. Appreciate it. Good luck with your bed issues. I'll be eager to see what you do to fix that.
So, and what we learned from today is, please put something down on your flat glass between your PETG and your glass.
Yes, between everything. Between anything.
Maybe just the first layer height. First layer height?
Layer, and it's just this, I don't know, like the heat dissipation and just, I don't know. It's interesting. So
I don't know how that even happens.
I'll find a glass person or something.
Yeah.
And if you want not to do that, just remember, if you're going to print something that's 3 feet by 3 feet, you definitely need something down between it.
I guess so. Well, I mean,
would you take
become a furniture maker?
Yeah, you really are, right? You got your own little part daddy, not quite that tall, but
right.
Yeah.
A spatula and like a giant spatula and a rubber mallet just right under it to chisel it off the bed there.
Scary
maybe have Carl
do that. Every time you do that.
Have Carl come and turn it into a belt for you, Joel.
Oh,
that'd be great. Carl, come on over. We'll just we'll print
giant, endless couches, like sectionals. It's just they keep adding.
We'll print the car just one half at a time.
There you go.
Why not?
And if you ask 3D Printing Llama, he'll say throw some blue tape down.
Blue tape.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean blue tape. But quickly though, it's an interesting idea here. I've got a machine capable of producing insanely large prints, and James Bruton holds the world record for the largest print of a human, or like a human print. Sarah Gerke at Fabaloo was researching world records, but I mean, honestly, I easily have the ability to beat that world record with this machine, and I'm wondering if I should.
Well, what kind of stupid statement is that? Of course you should.
You definitely should.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It just seems like
should I beat the world record? I could. I don't know. I'm busy. I'm very busy.
I'd have to find a place to put it.
I mean,
you could literally do the full Joel on that printer, Joel. Full Joel.
I know. I could do a full Joel, fuller than Joel.
Yeah.
Fuller than Joel.
It's like more human than human, more Joel than Joel.
Yeah, that's right.
No, it's a new show. It's called Fuller Joel.
Fuller Joel.
It's like full.
You look.
Yeah. I can tell you, the people in the chat could respond right now, but I bet you none of us would watch that video. I mean, like nobody would watch it.
Least amount of views you've ever had.
Ever. Yeah.
For sure.
So the first video I put out on this, I'm gonna give you a tour of the machine because it's an industrial machine. There are things that are very similar to what everybody has in their garage, but there's a lot of things that have been upgraded and embiggened. And so my goal is to kind of teach or kind of showcase how this is industrial and this is cool, but also how what everybody's doing in their garage can easily relate to a job in the future.
Right.
I like that. I would watch that video.
That would be awesome.
Video.
I can't wait till it drops. All right, buddy. Be good. Good seeing you, man.
Everybody.
Thanks, Joel.
High five.
All right.
Surprise guests. You never know who's going to drop in on the HotMakes, right?
You don't. You never know. Last week we had Chuck. This week we got Joel.
That was a neat exclusive, though, man. Not every day you see something that welds Pet G to glass like that. That's amazing.
Well, not only that, but Naomi, Sexy Cyborg, was in the chats. I don't know if you saw that, but she did right at the perfect time and started chatting right when Joel jumped in, and so that was pretty awesome. Thank you guys for both jumping on. We definitely appreciate that here, and just that kind of tells you stay tuned to the end because you never know who's going to be on.
I know. Could be a special guest. We might give something away. I might rant about something. You never know. I'm going to have to save my rant for next week, though, because we're already over time.
Yeah, we're definitely over that. Someone said you should do a rant on the road while you were walking, but we didn't have time.
A road rant? I can't multitask like that.
So, and I know, you know Naomi, you talk to her, that she is welcome anytime as well. If we can make it work on her time, let's do it.
Yeah,
I think
where are we at? It's like super early morning for her right now.
It's super. I know I've had it's probably like it's what they're I think 12 hours earlier than me or something like that, or after me, because they're tomorrow already, right? So
yeah, it's like the future. They already are in the future.
It's the future.
Yeah, Naomi, if you're still with us, make sure you go back and check out. We talked about the CR30 early on. I'm guessing that might be why she jumped on. But Carl has done primo work. Good thinking, sending that to Carl and making it happen. And now Carl's got my wheels turning. I may have to send him my printer belts to see if he can breathe some life into them. So since he's the belt master general.
Got it. Yeah, she said getting a stream out's pretty tough. Well, 8 a.m. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, I thought it was earlier there. Well, I tell you, maybe if you really,
that's not super early.
What we could do is we could probably we could do a stream offline, and just do a really cool interview with her, and then throw it on during the show. Yeah,
pre-recorded.
I like it.
She's very popular, person. So it might be hard to get her. But if we'll talk to our booking, we'll have our booking people reach out.
Our people will reach out to your people. And really what that means is Pooch will contact you and
I'd say please.
Yes. Nice. Well, awesome, guys. I know we're late, but I think it was definitely worth it to stay a little late tonight if I could talk. I'm not sure if Justin or Dan or anybody streaming after. I didn't see yet before the stream, but check out their channels. They might be streaming after us. They usually do on Mondays. Awesome work, Carl, on the belt printer. Joel, thanks for stopping by. Naomi and everybody else out there, thank you guys for hanging in there with us. It looks like our friend Jerry over at 3D Printing and Painting is going to do a stream on Wednesday. He just chatted me to let everybody know. So if you have time on Wednesday, check out his channel for a stream there. And I know next week I'm going to try to feature. There's a site out there that is trying to organize everybody's streams. And kind of like a TV guide for streams, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to try to get that on the show next week, and let's see if we can get people connecting to that. That'd be really cool.
That'd be great, because I don't know if you knew this or not, but about 4 years ago, I had that exact thing. It was called makerstreams.org or com.
Really? I
don't remember. Yeah, but it was utilized for a little while, but it just kind of fell by the wayside. So it really needed better ownership than I gave it. So I'm glad to hear somebody else is taking up the mantle. I think it's a good resource.
And I think it's Devin and Tim, and I'm not sure who's all working on that, but
the makerguide.club. That's perfect.
Makerguide.club. So we'll check that out. I know I sent a contact me on the contact page, just to check it out and see if it works. And I know I could call Tim, but
Perfect.
So here we go. It's Justin, Dan, Zolan, Tim. So we'll try to feature that next week. If you guys could get me some info on that, we'd love to send people there. Otherwise, again, I know we're late, but it was definitely worth it. We got something that most people don't get, an inside to a brand new machine before a video's even made. So nice.
Exclusives.
Nice good get.
Exclusives, hot news dropping while it's just, oh man, we crushed it tonight, right? I hope everybody learned something. I hope you were entertained. I had a good time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. You guys have a great and safe week. High five, because Joel was here, right?
Later, everybody.